Okay. Looks like my voice is coming through again on the stream. So, now, so Russ, can you hear me?
I can hear you fine. I'm trying to listen for you on the stream.
Yeah, I just started again, and it looks like it's picking up my voice once more. APS,
Uh,
could you tell me when my
yes,
voice went
yes, says
out?
he can hear you.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, could somebody tell me when I actually went out? Was it like at what point during the operation that I started going out?
10 minutes of me talking to myself.
Let's use the hemostatic force field.
All right, there it comes.
Jam it right in there. Let's continue with the treatment. The blood flow is spreading. You should hurry up and drain it.
Huh? 10 minutes, huh? 10 minutes of you talking to yourself is a little not good though.
Nope. Just a hint, Jobs. With all that blood, you might want to look for something around there.
Well, I gotta drain it first.
Yup.
Or is it on the ceiling, maybe?
Because I thought there was something there. Maybe not. Hmm.
I would imagine that if it's something, I mean, if the radar would at least point out even the hidden shit, right?
Stabilizing. Let's use this
Maybe it does? I honestly don't remember.
Yeah, definitely the radar definitely, okay, if close to the center, it'll become a star. If I'm in my field of vision, it'll turn blue. Okay. But I just need to, oh,
There's an alternate too. I guess it is important to search around for them.
yeah,
Procedure complete. Well done, everyone.
procedure done?
Whew, using that thing takes a real light touch. All one needs is the resolve to stay calm. Staying calm? That's the part that tires me out the most.
And operation successful. I did all of that bloody commentary. And I said that, oh, you know, I get my little comment about that thing ain't going on the Tumblr. I mean, you can't be Tumblr.
No, it's already on the Tumblr.
Damn it!
We somehow poked
Thanks,
the
you.
side of
Shame on you,
this.
Jobs.
Seemingly I've been
Shame.
able to do it better.
Oh, stop.
Don't say that. The operation was a success. Just remember that.
Never.
That being said,
Been removed. Vitals are good.
Blood pressure normal. No abnormalities detected.
Operation complete. I'm sure Joshua will make a full recovery. Way to go! It went perfectly! That's our Chamoy! Thank you. Your support was valuable too, Maria. I didn't do all that much. Oh, I need to contact his mom. Indeed. Don't forget to tell Dr. Cunningham, too. Man, parents always worry about their kids.
oh, fantastic.
Even the people from my orphanage bug me whenever I see them. They always ask me when I'm getting married, stuff like that. I see. Did I just say something I shouldn't have? Oh, no. My mother died when I was young.
Ah.
Oh, but, your dad's still alive, right? As to my father, I had a fight with him when I left Japan.
Oh, so she left Japan.
Jeez.
Okay, so aside from Ninja Butler, wanna see how her story is ridiculous.
Oh, no, it's not your fault at all, Maria.
Ninja Butler is the tip of the iceberg.
Anyway, I'm sure your dad's wishing you the best.
I wish I could say I'm lying.
I mean, you are the best endoscopic surgeon in America. The best? Thank you, Maria.
I'm not the best.
No problem. Come on, let's go get our grub on. Oh, doctor, I want to go too.
Hey, you haven't paused it right now. It's my turn today.
What, you guys want in? Alright, this night's on me, so drink up!
Alright, so I totally ended up getting a C on this here. I might end up doing that in my personal time.
You got an S on the first,
Surgery set?
yeah, the orthopedics, so that's cool.
Yeah, but that's orthopedics. Real shit is like CR, and CR is... You got the real shit.
Yep.
Now, I need to check out Naomi. See what you got.
Ooh, and 6.
We're gonna try at least all of them. At some point. Cumberland Institute of Forensics Medicine. So you even have to be a doctor to perform forensics. Hello, NCIS. Or CSI. Which is it?
I don't know.
Ah, come in.
Hey, Christopher Walken.
Ah, good morning, Naomi. It seems the FBI needs your expertise. I'd like you to head
So,
over
just
to
a
the
heads up,
suite
Naomi was one of the 2 main characters in one of the other games.
Oh, Trauma Center. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, with
Don't be
Derek
like
Styles.
that. I can't
Yep.
just turn the government down.
Fine. Well then.
Oh, and Naomi, one more thing. Here's our liaison from the FBI. You should meet him.
He was also in that other game.
Trauma Center.
Special Investigator Naval. Pleasure to meet you, Doctor.
Yeah. No, a little bit
Nice
about
to meet you
it, too. I
too.
haven't seen any of Second Opinion. But I do know that both of the
You an
original
FBI
Trauma
agent?
Center
This must be a
games
joke.
are about supernatural healing powers and fighting
Please
alien
keep your voice
viruses
down.
in the human body.
It's been a
So,
while, hasn't it?
Well, technically they're
The
not.
luxury of witness protection.
close enough. They're the closest thing.
Just shut up. I'm only here because it's my job. I have nothing to do with you faking your way into the FBI. And don't you ever talk about my past again.
Whatever you say, ma'am.
Good.
Oh, so they're with the FBI. See?
Whoa,
Oh, you
where
know
are
what?
going?
What if this story is like Criminal
Crime
Minds?
scene. Send the address to my GPS.
Basically, I mean, they're both former
I'll have them
criminals,
bring the car.
so.
Oh.
You are waiting here. Tell your people on site I'm coming.
But,
Oh yeah, if I recall correctly, she one of the people that got the healing touch.
Nice tie there, little guy.
Yep.
Be a good boy and stay.
Doctor!
Yep, she's got the healing touch, so I get to use the healing touch in this game.
So, you use it in a very unorthodox way in this game.
Oh, okay, healing touch, so I can basically draw a pentagram on the dead body.
No, so you're not actually drawing any pentagrams. It's a whatchamacallit. It's a passive ability that Naomi has.
A passive ability. In
Yep.
other words, it does what it wants. So basically, Satan decides to take over her head and does what it wants with it.
You'll see how this plays out.
I get the status helping me solve crimes.
Yeah, Yep. Best buds with Stan.
Why is this even a thing? This is
We've received
stupid.
word about you.
You know, the one thing that bugged me about the healing
Good.
touch is that
This
it was a
will make things
fucking
easier. Where's the
pentagram.
victim?
He's over here.
Why didn't anybody point this out?
Fun fact, my DS has a pentagram carved into it
Victim
because of
is,
this game.
Dennis Taylor, 30-year-old male. Neighbor called him fire. The fireman found him.
Ew.
The knife in his hand matched the cut wounds.
Oh, you mean the
Probably
screen,
suicide.
ain't it?
Yeah.
Huh. What's this?
Oh, that's where the fire started, likely before the suicide.
Sorry. How would that be fine?
Miss Kimishima?
Suicide? Huh. I'll have to look at the body because I didn't pay attention. Oh, is that the healing touch?
Yep.
Hello, healing touch. Never thought that the healing touch would make a return in this game. I thought they were trying to go for more realism.
Like Dan and I said, it's more realistic than the others. That being very relative.
Okay.
Are you feeling all
Alright,
right?
we got Hank Freebird turning it to
This was murder.
turning it to freaking Surgeon Chuck Norris that acting like he came out of a fucking Power Rangers program. And then tomorrow was the
Send the
Ninja
corpse to CIFM immediately. I'll examine it. I want all finger and footprints found in that room.
Alright,
If you find
so,
anything, contact me directly.
don't have
I'll keep
forensics
the lab.
now. Don't get to
Yup.
do some Ace Attorney level investigations.
What was that about?
Well, she does work at the forensic medicine laboratory.
Investigations one or
Supposedly,
two.
she solved a lot of cases for the
two.
FBI.
The FBI?
2 is by far the better game.
That's right. That means we need to keep
Oh,
out
so
of this.
no more
Come on.
extraterritorial
Get in the car for the
rights.
fingerprint powder.
No, instead, the truth is whatever I say
right
the
away.
truth is.
Okay. Alright, that sounds like some you want, mate.
Let's begin. This is Dr. Naomi Kimishima.
Okay.
ID
Dennis
422194.
Taylor is found dead in his apartment.
Hey, little guy. Tell me what we know so far about
Firefighter
this.
found the body. The door was locked, so I'm guessing the body was burnt to a friggin' crisp. Became a chicken nugget.
That's how you want to. What we're calling it? Okay.
Chicken tender? I'm sorry. Oh wait, excuse me, not chicken, human tender.
I am getting progressively more creeped out by this.
I make this more terrible than it needed to be. My bad.
You certainly did.
Oh right, the victim's 30-year-old Dennis Taylor.
At 3:30 p.m., someone in the same building reported a fire. The firefighters found the body in bed 20 minutes later. He had a knife in one hand and a deep wound on his wrist. The door was closed and chained. It's being ruled suicide.
Nonsense. Is that your personal opinion or your FBI training?
Isn't that the most reasonable, fitting explanation?
I thought people learned when they grew older.
Doctor, what do you mean by that?
Alright.
Let's begin. Show me how this life's flame was snuffed out.
Is that a pun? Did you totally do CSI Miami, dude? You totally CSI Miami. you did a pun after a doubt. I mean, after witnessing somebody's body.
I'm not sure if that was intended to be a pun, but yeah, it was kind of.
It really was a pun, damn it!
Like, that's what she says with a lot of them, so. I think just unfortunate coincidence.
That one right there just somehow managed to sync up really well, though. Fire, man, fire!
Fire at who?
Fire at will! Will Powers. I've had the body taken to the evidence room. You're free to examine it whenever you want. Into your computer. Alright, computer. Save the game. Alright, we'll save the game right there. Look at the computer. Hint cards. Information gathered displayed on the computer as hint cards. We release it from the top right. Looking for analyzing the knife hint. Oh my god, is that a me? Little guy has a me.
Yup.
Oh my god, me quality is a bit of two. Even any new character can have me's now.
Yep. So little guy confirmed for Smash.
Wow. Little guy confirmed for Smash, yes! Oh god. We could totally have this happen.
Yup. In fact, I'm probably gonna have to make this happen.
The big man. I found in the bedroom. Yes. No, stop. You know. Okay, clearly murder.
Clearly.
Okay, so let's move locations. I like how everything is like right there. Evidence room, and I go exit. Okay. I like how our office is like right next to the evidence room.
Well, ain't that convenient?
Oh, and you know what else I think is... Okay, so we have fire, yet it turns out the guy didn't turn into a quick beat sugar nugget. So... Alright, let's see what's up. We're examining crystal effects. Point at the items on the top of the table and press A. Body exam camera control. Phases the angle, A to zoom in, or B or to zoom back out. Finding clue, plus 8 to select any spaces like moons and bruises. Oh, hey, look, it's a sheriff badge on this evidence.
Is this...
That's not shit to scratch.
It's oddly shaped, though.
Alright, we'll take note of that. Flower shaped blue. Oh, why is it called a flower? Never mind.
Because it's shaped like a flower, obviously.
That's why I said sheriff badge. There's something odd about the eyeballs. Answering quizzes. Select an answer with then select OK with it. Incorrect answers lower your upper left gaze. If it means you fail. Canceling a quiz. Select exit with A to come back to a quiz later.
Some of the quiz answers are great.
Oh. Why do I get the feeling I'm gonna hate this shit all of a sudden? The abnormality that I noticed in the quick design was here's a lot of red spots in the eyeball. Those look like red spots in anything. I like this choice right here. You staring right at me.
Yup, there's normally a joke choice. Some of them get pretty great. Make My Fair's like, well, if that was possible, then how did the victim do this? And one of the choices is sheer force of will.
This isn't a common condition. Perhaps I should ask Little Guy about it.
Oh!
This wound on the wrist is believed to be the cause of death. Even though this looks like a self-inflicted wound made with a sharp knife, there's something unnatural about it.
No signs of reaction, no bleeding, no signs of healing. slashed wrist isn't fatal. I don't think it is.
It can be.
Can be, I guess. No signs of a pain reaction. How am I gonna know if he's dead? No bleeding. I clearly saw blood. No signs of healing. That's kind of impossible.
Is it now?
You can't. The dead don't heal, right?
Right.
Okay then. So no signs of healing. That's but that means that's clearly impossible.
What does it tell you?
Yeah, let me look at this one more time. Ah!
There's something odd about the index finger.
This looks like a fraction.
Indeed. We can't say what's wrong with it for sure until it's sent in for analysis, though.
Oh, this though.
This wound on the wrist is believed to be the cause of death. Even though this looks, there's something unnatural about it.
I'm not sure what the answer to that is though. Oh, I know. No signs of a pain reaction.
I want to say it's a no signs of pain reaction.
How are you gonna wait?
You notice how perfectly straight the cut is?
Yeah, but that's not. Yeah, but that's not even part of it. Wait. Oh. Oh. A pain reaction might be it? I would think that. Actually, if I were to look at it like this, somebody goes ahead and cut their damn wrist, right? You would think that they'd actually be feeling some form of pain. It's not like they're, it's not like they're Chuck Norris or cutting themselves. So,
right. So, if you were to cut your own wrist, would you be able to cut it in a perfectly straight line?
Hell no.
That's right. There's only the one wound on the wrist. A single slash, deep enough to reach the artery. No matter who it is, pain is an immediate response to a cut. No one should be able to make a single cut this clean and deep without flinching. I can't say this is proof of homicide, but I can't ignore this incongruity.
Yeah. Oh. I should have thought about this too. Okay, the clothes. I have to look at people's clothes. There's aside from the blood stain on the cloth, I don't think there's really anything weird about the clothes. Yeah, ain't none on the clothes. And back to the office. Let's see what little guy thought about the knife. What the?
Dr. Kimishima, the results of the examination of the knife have come in.
Okay.
Let's see. The knife itself is a cheap common brand sold all over the country. It will be difficult to locate where the knife came from. The blood left on the blade matches the deceased's. Only his fingerprints were found on the handle as well.
I see. At least one thing is clear. That is...
knife. The knife was definitely used. Blood was on it, unless you just splash it there, but that is a possibility. Definitely suicide. No, the knife cut Dennis. But Dennis is his favorite knife. Dennis' favorite knife. Dennis' favorite knife. Oh my god. Okay, so Dennis, guess this. I should replace the word Dennis with guess this and see what happens.
Well, that's silly. We all know that Gestus' favorite knife is the Hydrogan.
Oh, right. Yeah, he cuts people like a knife. I guess I could say, alright, cut Dennis. The knife has become deadly knife.
Yes, this knife is believed to have been used to slit the victim's wrist. Even then, we can't prove that unless we compare it to the wound.
Using hint cards, grab a card and place it on with another card. If it is a correct combination, the two cards will fuse together. The knife has normal finger. Close. Wounded wrist. If I were to go ahead and use abnormal finger with the deadly knife, I would probably be able to prove that that was impossible that he cut himself. Because with that finger, I would imagine he'd have a hard time holding that knife.
Maybe. It's not like there's any penalty if they don't match up, so.
Well, I guess a good time.
The shape of the knife blade corresponds with the wound found on the wrist. This means that...
Matches the wound. The knife cut was used on it. When Dennis cut his own wrist, spoke no hesitation. The knife didn't wound him. Well, the knife was used on the wrist, obviously. Slashing knife.
Indeed. This appears to be an open and shut case. Then again, this all seems a little too convenient for me.
Okay. Slashing knife. Oh. I have no mythology. We don't have. I have no mythology either. Oh yeah, that's right. I should have him examine that. Oh not. Said it.
There's no mistake. This finger is fractured. Can you send me the details? We'll get an x-ray performed as soon as possible. Oh, and I have one more piece of good news, Dr. Kimishima.
I at least like how this seems like the most legit way of investigating. You know, you got cops doing all of these examinations and shit.
Great, that will be useful. Who's the witness?
It's the deceased's neighbor. We have asked her some questions about the day of the incident.
Perfect timing. Maybe we'll be able to use her account to determine when the fire started.
Oh, damn it, I was muted.
What'd you say?
I was muted. I was gonna say, Jobs, don't you know the correct way to investigate the scene is to have a defense attorney sneak on and interrogate a parrot?
I'll send the data over to you. Please check it using the recorder in your room.
Oh, that's quick testimony. Witness accounts to hear a witness statement. Oh, so it's like that does it, so even crazy. Holy shit.
Yes, that's right. Oh, it's been so hot lately. I've been keeping the window that faces out into the street open because of the heat. That's how I could hear my neighbor so clearly. It was, let me think,
Nothing. Supposed to be so sure what time it was.
It was, let me think, around 3 in the afternoon? Yes, it must have been. I was watching Farewell Danny at the time.
Farewell, Danny. I hate that it's such a TV show.
Yes, it must have been. I was
You
watching
hate TV
Farewell
shows, huh?
Danny at the time. I heard this loud noise from my neighbor's room, and then the fire alarm started going off a little after that. I was really surprised. I think it was about 10 minutes.
10-minute period between the noise and when the fire started. Okay.
I think it was about 10 minutes. I looked out the window and saw smoke coming from next door. I ran over to my neighbor's door, but nobody answered when I pounded. I ran over to my neighbor's door, but nobody answered when I pounded on it. But I had to see if there was anyone in there, so I pulled on the door. It was chained from the inside, and no one answered me when I yelled. It was...
The room was completely locked. That last one. Okay.
It was chained from the inside.
So it's a
and
closed
no one answered
room
me when
murder.
I yelled. Yes,
Yup.
the fire truck came soon after that. A firefighter cut the chain on the door and went inside. A firefighter cut the chain on the door and went
Alright.
inside. My neighbor? No, it seems he lived alone. My neighbor? No, it seems he lived alone. Oh, but I remember an electrician came at around noon. Oh, but I remember an
electrician,
came
huh?
at around noon. Yes, I heard him talking outside the front door, so I don't think I could be mistaken. Yes, I heard him talking outside the front door, so I don't think I could be mistaken. Yes, that's right. It was, let me think.
Alright. Alright, so my birthday, I found something strange. But gotta pull it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
There should be. I want to say there was a hint in there somewhere, but I don't remember what it was.
It must have been. I was watching Farewell Danny at the time. I heard this loud noise from my neighbor's room. Yes, that's right.
Loud
I heard this
noise.
loud
Noise.
noise
This
from my
neighbor's
neighbor's room, and then the fire alarm started going off a little after that. I was really surprised. I think it was about 10 minutes.
I need to check everything.
I think it was about 10 minutes. I looked out the window and saw...
And there's smoke. There's a
saw
bear.
smoke coming from next door. I ran over to my neighbor's door, but nobody answered when I pounded on it. But I had to see if there was anyone. It was... Yes, the fire truck. Yes, a firefighter cut the chain. My neighbor? Oh, but I remember... Yes, that's right. I've been keeping the window that faces out into the street open because of the heat. That's how I could hear my neighbor so... That's how... It was... Let me... It was... Yes, it must have been. Yes, it must have been. I was watching Farewell Danny at the time. Yes, it must have been. I heard this loud noise from my neighbor's room. And then the fire alarm started going off.
Noise followed by the fire. That may be a clue.
Oh, so that's how I examine this shit. I gotta do it in an order. Loud noise followed by the fire.
Okay, got a clue.
The way she described it, the sound doesn't seem to have been something exploding. Could the noise have been made by someone in the room? Or something else?
Okay. The fire. Something the neighborhood, something around 3 p.m. The fire occurred soon afterwards. Okay, I thought that would go ahead and like, hi. It was a sound, something loud. Okay, I thought it would. My bad. Okay, that didn't work. Nothing. Flower-shaped bruise. It's a tiny bruise. Could have been hit by something, could he? Huh. Think, Jones, think. Okay, so this is some challenging Ace Attorney shit.
So, it when in doubt, just combine everything with everything and see what happens.
Help! I want to be pinpoint, concrete.
Try combining the dead body with the thing.
Just 4 parts of the dead body.
No, I mean like dead body with the account.
The room was sealed, and
I thought I did that.
sounds at around 3 p.m.
I could have sworn I thought I did that.
The fire occurred not long after that. What we can deduce from that?
The neighbor heard noises coming from Dennis's room at around 3 p.m. and the fire started afterwards. Did coming from 3 p.m. Alive until 3 p.m. maybe? Alright, that was right.
That's right. At least, that's all we can determine using our current information. The deceased was alone at the time, so there's a good chance he made the noise. Still, we need more information to see if there was anyone else in the room when it happened.
Didn't she mention an electrician?
Yes, the fire truck came. A firefighter cut the... My neighbor? No. My neighbor? Oh, but I remember...
So an electrician had come to the deceased's room that day at around noon.
Okay, electrician.
That was much earlier than when the fire supposedly started, but we should investigate it.
Still can't believe that he used so freaking mean.
Ah, little guy. Perfect timing.
Alright, so
It seems an electrician entered the deceased's room around noon on the day of the incident. If he's talked to your people, can you ask them for the recordings of the interview?
Alright, I'll contact them immediately.
Alright.
Please do. How's the analysis going?
Well, regarding the fracture on the corpse's finger, the right index finger was fractured by an external force.
It's not force.
It's rather odd. There are no signs of healing in the fractured area.
No traces of healing. That would mean...
The bone broke after he died. The bone was broken here. He was born. He broke it. Okay. He was born with a broken finger.
Obviously the only answer.
The bone. The bone was broke fairly recently. Oh! Okay. The bone broke after he died? Okay, no change.
That's right. Reactions to injury, like minute healing and hypodermic hemorrhaging, are vital reactions. They only occur while the body is still alive. Thus, if there were no vital reactions to this broken bone, the fracture happened, it must have occurred after the person was already dead.
That would have to be the case. Oh, and to be clear, there's no way that the body was damaged during transport. We take the utmost precautions when moving bodies.
Huh. I hadn't considered that until you brought it up. Still, I'll take your word for it. If his index finger was broken, using the hand would have caused a great deal of pain. With that in mind, he shouldn't have been able to use his right hand all that well.
Okay, broken finger. Broken finger. Is it? Okay, that's not gonna work.
Have you considered going balls deep? Trying to help.
Let's see. Fracture.
There was a wound in the left
Okay.
wrist and a
That's an
fractured
right
finger
combination.
on the right hand. This seems odd because
About the broken finger, that's like dominant hand was used. So the knife was in an injured hand. He didn't use a knife at all. Oh, I think the knife was in an injured hand. That works.
yes, the deceased would have had to hold the knife in his injured hand to cut his left wrist. Then he would have had to cut deep enough to sever the artery, putting pressure on his broken finger. Even if he was right-handed, this situation just doesn't add up.
Alright, not bad. The Janet did create the wound on his left wrist but held the knife in his injured hand. Okay, never mind. Held the knife in his injured hand. Box on there. Flower shape. Okay.
I want to say that's all the combining can do at this point. Maybe I'm wrong.
Hello, Dr. Kimishima.
Oh.
Cut the small talk, what do you want?
So cold. HQ's questioned the electrician that the neighbor mentioned. I've sent you the recordings. It seems HQ already knew who he was, so there wasn't a problem.
Now we'll find out why that electrician went to the deceased's
Oh
room.
yeah. They interviewed that electrician, huh? Let's find out what he gotta say.
Yes. Yes, that's right. A murder? Yes, that's fine.
Doctor for you.
A murder? Said his air was broken, needed to be fixed. That was around noon.
Hey,
That was That was around noon, I think. I got the call earlier that day. Yes. He said he needed it fixed that day, so I went straight there when I finished the job I was doing. Yeah.
Directly from his previous job.
Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do was swap out a cable.
What's the cable swap?
Right. I think I was only there for about an hour.
Left an hour, so there was quite a gap between when you left and when the fire started.
Yes, I fixed his heater.
You repaired the heater at this time of year? A long story.
Yes, I fixed his heater. The customer? Well, the way he looked, I wouldn't be surprised if he committed suicide.
So does he seem like he might be suicide?
Well, the way he looked, I wouldn't be surprised if he committed suicide. Around 3 p.m.? No, I wouldn't have a clue. I was already fixing a washing machine at my next appointment's house at that time. I was already fixing a washing machine at my next appointment's house at that time. Yes? Oh. Yes? Yes? A murder? Said his air was broken and needed to...
He fixed the air. We should focus on that.
Fix the air, huh?
The air was broken.
Yeah, what's
There was no air in the room. He came to fix it and found a total vacuum. So he went to work.
So it was a singularity.
There's nothing odd about having a repairman.
Not exactly, just a vacuum.
No, I prefer to call it a singularity.
Singularity is something totally different,
Dennis
though.
was still alive when the electrician.
You know, you remember the Sonic Colors started going away from that black hole?
Mhm.
That's exactly what happened. He was running from a black hole and he needed help.
Thus, he called the electrician.
Yep. He ate it.
We need to learn about the deceased's condition at that time.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Yes, these pieces of information do go together. On the day of the incident, the electrician had been asked to repair the deceased's air. The electrician went to the deceased's room at noon and left after finishing his work. Both the deceased's neighbor and the electrician himself agree on this.
Very comfortable.
Hemorrhaging in the eyes, you say? It's a condition called petechia, caused by increased blood pressure and spasms in the blood vessels. It's commonly found as a sign of death by asphyxiation.
Wait a second, that doesn't seem right. If I recall correctly, the victim...
Oh. That's this.
The cause of death was thought to be hemorrhaging from a slashed wrist. If the cause of death is asphyxiation, it's possible that we are dealing with a homicide.
That's a little asphyxiation.
think? Yes. He said he needed it fixed that day. Yeah, it was really quick. All I had to do was swap out a cable. Yes, I fixed his heater. Yes. A customer? Well, the way you look.
It wouldn't be surprising if the deceased committed suicide.
Yeah, that stands
Sounds
out.
like an important detail. Does that mean the deceased had a motive for killing himself?
The electrician with the dentist and it's ventilation. And that
Indeed. Both of these facts relate to the deceased. The last time the deceased was seen alive was...
looks around middle of it. Had to be. That's when the electricity showed up.
That's right. At that time...
Excellent
the scene-
reason.
I love excellent reasoning now. Well, was that like an alternate answer? But hey. But yeah, that seemed right. And when did you show up?
Just now.
The electrician said that we saw the this scene bus.
Yes. This comes from the electrician's testimony. The last time we believe the deceased could have been alive is...
I believe that the latest Dennis was alive. 3 p.m. was we guessed that he would be dead at about 3. So I could safely say 2. Damn it.
What could I do with that?
Okay, so 3 p.m. Oh! Fucking A!
Indeed. The neighbor reports hearing a sound from the room at that time. Within an hour after that, a fire started in his room. The deceased was later discovered dead. That's all we know at this point.
Besides analyzing information, but you can also keep the investigating using the computer. Working the panel, but they to talk to them.
Hey, little guy. I want to go through the information that we've gathered so far.
Alright, let's piece it all together step by step.
Let's do that.
The deceased, Dennis Taylor, was found dead in his apartment.
Okay.
Let's see. His body was discovered because...
Because of a fire.
Yes, but by the time firefighters arrived on the scene, the fire had already gone out.
Had already gone out.
His corpse was
You know, I
found
totally
in the
missed
bed.
that one.
That's right. The FBI and police initially ruled this case as a suicide. The reason for that was...
It was the knife and the slash wrist. The card the victim was wearing a shirt.
The other reason
Obviously, shirt means suicide.
Yeah, shirt's a perfect way of killing yourself. The other reason was he didn't run from the fire thing was broken, the door was locked.
Indeed, the slashed wrist and the chained door point towards suicide. It would seem he was so desperate for death that he would both slit his wrist and set his room on fire. That isn't a surprising conclusion.
The knife blade does match the shape of the wound in the wrist. The blood on the blade matches his DNA. Lastly, the deceased's fingerprints were found on the handle of the knife.
Those are all true, but there was something odd about that wound on his wrist. First,
Those are the wounds in the natural. No pain reaction.
another point is,
both his hands. Even if he was right-handed, no. That was his left hand. Oh shit, I forget. What do you say was his right hand? Okay, right hand.
His finger was fractured. Would he have been able to use a knife with a wounded hand?
It's very unlikely, but that's not the only thing that raises doubt.
Okay.
If he did die of the knife wound, he would have bled to death. However, investigating the corpse points to a different cause of death. That is...
But the victim died from blood loss when there was something not about income, hemorrhage in any eyes.
Excellent reasoning.
That's right. The petechia on the eyes, and the strange bruise on his abdomen. There's more than enough evidence to doubt that this was a suicide.
But according to the electrician's statement, the victim seemed like he might be in a state to commit suicide.
Indeed. There are too many uncertainties to be able to draw a conclusion at this point. I'm going to have to investigate the scene for myself. Little guy, get me approval to enter the area.
Oh, understood. You shouldn't have a problem, Dr. Kimishima. I'm sure my bosses will approve you right away.
Yes, but I don't intend to waste any time. I'm going there right now. You deal with the rest on your end.
Alright, crime scene. Alright, let's go to the crime scene. Dennis. Now I need to begin to investigate the crime scene. Alright, scroll to boom. Oh, it's my case attorney investigation. Finding clues as they select anything suspicious at the crime scene. Okay. That looks odd.
It's the ceiling fan. There's a speed selector and a timer. One of the blades seems to be broken now.
Why would the blade be broken if this was a suicide? And even if it was a fire, why would the blade be broken? It's not fan season. Why is that fan season? A repairman came in here. Now that's the odd one. What was fixed?
The electrician had supposedly come to fix the air. I need to review his testimony to confirm what he actually fixed.
Okay.
This is a table. Now,
Oh, I totally didn't. Ashes.
if I send this for analysis, I might find out what was on fire on the table.
Wow, I totally skipped all of that. Not a big fan of organization.
The deceased's friend? I see. I was so caught up in the case that I didn't check the man's background. Hello, little guy. Can you hear me?
Background check.
Oh, yes, I
Huh,
hear you.
you know,
Did you need
I
something?
didn't think, I mean, that was an accident, but hey, background check.
Yes.
Those are always helpful when dealing with murders.
Deceased's friends?
You know, you want to check out the background because maybe the murderer might have had some sort of connection to the victim.
I'm going to send you a picture right now. Try getting a hold on whoever that is.
Alright, is there anything in particular you'd like us to find out?
Let's see. First, about the deceased himself. It'd be great to find out more about the day of the incident.
Alright, I'll make preparations to have them questioned. I'll send you the recordings of their answers, so please check the recorder.
Good. I'm glad you can get on this so quickly. I'll be counting on you. This is where the deceased's corpse was. If this bloodstain is his blood, then...
He was doing it and said, oh. Lying on his stomach or lying on his back. If he was lying on his back, that would definitely mean that, yeah, if he was lying on his stomach, I'm pretty sure they wouldn't, I mean, that some clothes would have probably gotten on his shirt, on the side of his shirt, not just the wrist. Definitely the back.
Yes, the injury was on his left wrist. From the position of the blood stain, it would appear he was lying face up on the bed. There was only the one blood stain, so he didn't move around much after his wrist was slit.
Fantastic.
If this truly is a suicide, that would mean that he bled to death here. However, the amount of hemorrhaging here seems to be too small for a man to completely bleed out.
Yeah. Nice. Look out, and get out the clemson. Wait. Was there ashes on the ceiling?
I don't know, are there?
Maybe I'll have to look later then, because it's not really allowing me to get the ashes on the ceiling.
Ashes, fall off.
Alright, let's go into investigation. I hear you can spend even over an hour on these Naomi missions.
Yup, pretty much.
Because you're doing so much reasoning.
Yup. They're by far the longest.
Wow. Victim behavior.
What you want, man? Why are you calling me out here? Huh? You want to talk about Dennis? You're better off asking his girlfriend.
So this has to do with this important to look at this.
Huh? You want to talk about Dennis? You're better off asking his girlfriend. Her name's, Stella. Yeah, she's at the club down on Roulette Street. Yeah, she can probably tell you more
Oh, she
about
got a
Dennis
group
than I
back, huh?
can. Yeah, she can probably tell you more about Dennis than I can. Yeah, she can probably tell you more about Dennis than I can. That guy, huh? No, nothing. He's a friend of mine, you know? That guy, huh? No, nothing. He's a friend of mine, you know? I don't hate him. We've been drinking together the night before he died, after all.
Drinking together.
We've been drinking together the night before he died, after all. He did seem pretty flush recently, if you know what I mean. He did seem pretty flush recently, if you know what I mean. He called me up out of the blue and said he'd pick up the tab that night. That wasn't really important. It was just how he normally brags. He was all proud of this red Portland Jacks t-shirt he was wearing, too. The red ones are limited edition or something. They're pretty rare. Didn't you know that? Lame. His job, huh? Yeah, he worked at this crappy little bar in some back out. His job, huh? And again, you probably can't really call it a bar either. How did he make his cash? How did he make his cash? Psh, who knows, man? I don't. Hey, that's why I said you should be talking to his girlfriend. Hey, you guys seriously think that he offed himself?
He makes it sound like that he doesn't believe Dennis would kill himself.
Hey, you guys seriously think that he offed himself? It's just stupid. And he was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself. It's just stupid.
Okay.
He was one sharp SOB, always looking out for himself. I mean, he always thought that if you had no money, then you should get out and steal some.
I'll agree.
I mean, he always thought that if you had no money, then you should get out and steal some. You really think someone like that would just kill himself? You really think... Well, it's got nothing to do with me anyway. What you want, man? Huh? You want to talk about Dennis?
His girlfriend.
The name's, she could probably tell you more about that guy, huh? We've been drinking. He did seem... He called me up out of the blue.
He will pick you up to tab, but that's nothing
That
unusual.
wasn't really important. It was just how he normally bragged. He's all proud of this red Portland Jacks t-shirt.
A Portland Jacks t-shirt.
Oh,
If he was telling the truth, the victim was wearing that shirt on the day of the incident.
for the Jack's t-shirt. Why is it always the little things?
In any case, after
Little
hearing
things
this
are important
testimony,
when you're solving a murder.
it seems hard to believe that the deceased would have committed suicide.
Hmm.
That reminds me.
Yeah,
the man
he
said in his
went with
interview
a
that
dirty
the
too
deceased
on
had a
top of that.
girlfriend. I wonder if HQ knows who she is. This is worth asking Little Guy about.
Yes, did you call
And
her?
let's give little guy a call.
I need you to look into somebody for me. A woman named Stella Abbott.
Oh, the deceased's girlfriend? Well, technically his ex.
That doesn't matter. Can you find her?
We already have. HQ's just finished questioning her. Oh, should I send you the recording?
Please. Now, if you don't mind. I feel like I'm getting closer to understanding who Dennis Taylor really is.
Personal effects. Maybe if I went to the evidence room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they just leave the personal effects lying around on the street. It's pretty standard procedure.
That reminds me. Someone mentioned the clothing that the deceased was wearing on the day of the incident. That's odd. There's nothing that stands out about the clothing. Somebody said something about what the deceased had been wearing that day.
Yes. This is normally where I would go back to the crime scene. Maybe if I went back to the crime scene and checked his room. What about that? The Portland Jacks, right?
Maybe try combining evidence on the computer.
Oh, right. Here I am going back to the evidence hall. I got so many freaking hit cards.
Do you want to buy a hit coin to go with them?
Oh. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna solve this shit. Bud said that the victim had been wearing a red t-shirt on the day of the incident, but the corpse was wearing something else.
Something about this shirt is bothering me.
Oh, wait. I need to review the information. A red t-shirt.
Something...
Color.
That's right. The deceased was apparently wearing a red t-shirt on the day of the incident. Did he change after he got home? Or was there some reason for changing his shirt?
Okay. What the victim was wearing doesn't match what his kid said. Yeah, they're wearing that.
This is a blood stain. One moment, please. I did some quick calculations. A stain of that size would take about 800 milliliters of blood.
The average adult male would have to lose at least 1,500 milliliters in order to bleed to death. This means that...
He definitely didn't bleed to death. That's not blood!
What?
That's alien blood.
Concentrate.
Might not have blood to death. Oh, that was a fucking trick! It was the difference between he definitely didn't bleed to death and he might not have bled to death.
Well, the amount of blood loss required...
Yep, gotta
varies
be
from
careful with
person
the
to person.
wording.
So this
Hate
isn't
that
quite
shit.
true.
I got swindled. Ugh.
And shop with me
I'll
spaghetti.
have to remember it.
Should have totally tackled her this and like last. Taking longer than I thought to actually put this shit together. Alright, we're getting the asses analyzed. I heard something was
This does raise some
oh
doubts.
yeah, that's like combine the electricity with the damn fan.
The electrician supposedly came to the victim's room to fix his air, but he didn't repair the ceiling fan? Or did the fan break after the electrician had left?
That definitely raises some
In any
doubts.
case, I'll need to hear his account again.
What was fixed?
I can tell you what was fixed.
I'm guessing it was the victim's junk because it was like a dog and he got fixed. I'm sorry.
No comment.
No comment. No comment. Not enough blood. Sounds. Let's look at the testimony.
Dr. Kimishima, did you receive the voice data?
From the deceased's girlfriend? Have you sent it?
You should be able to listen to it using the recorder. Please listen to it when you can.
Right. First, I want to know about the deceased's source of income.
It did seem fairly well off for somebody without a steady job.
Indeed. I'll be listening for that while I'm going over the recording.
Victim's lover's account. Then it's his income. Alright, first, let's listen back to Liam Richardson. What was fixed? I know he said something about fixing wires and
It was
cable.
really quick.
Wi-Fi cable.
Right. Yes. He said he needed it. That was... He said his hair was broken. That was... Yes. He said he... Yeah, it was really quick. Right.
He was only there for about an hour.
Yes, I fixed his heat.
Ah, his heater. Okay, that's what I was
Something
looking
about that
for.
seems
He
odd.
swapped out a cable, it was the heater. That's a bit expensive. It's too hot to even need it. Pretty sure that that's one thing.
Yes, the deceased's neighbor mentioned that. Summer is already starting. And yet, on the day of the incident, the deceased wanted to have his heater repaired? There's something strange about this after all.
Oh yeah, that's what we're looking for. What about Dennis's income?
Seriously? What do you guys want?
If I was interviewed by the FBI, what I wanted to do.
Seriously? I've got work to do, so let's get this over with. Huh? Dennis? You mean Dennis Taylor? Wow, that name brings back bad memories. We broke up years ago.
Okay.
Wow, that name... Yeah, at first I thought he was an interesting guy, pretty cool and all.
Supposed to be misleading.
But
If that look
never
like
had a
a
job,
callback
he
to
just kind of
somebody
wandered
to
through life.
second
Oh,
opinion.
but he always had money. Oh, but he always had money. Oh, but are you really this slow? Don't you get it? Drugs. He was a drug dealer.
Please. The deceased's been holding on to quite a secret.
Oh, a drug dealer.
I'm going to have to change the way I approach this case.
Yep.
So the guy was a drug dealer.
Yep.
Let's go through the information we have, now that we know the deceased's true identity.
Huh.
The deceased had this hidden dark side to him.
This is looking more and more like a case worth investigating. If Dennis Taylor was a drug dealer, then there could be a variety of reasons to kill him.
Oh God.
Still, I can't let my prejudices cloud the truth. I need to remain objective. However, it seems that we're going to have to change our views regarding this case.
Right. I'll prepare the CSI's ALS.
Ah, CSI. I knew it.
ALS. The advanced
You
light
must
source
be a
that can
special.
adjust the wavelength being emitted?
Yes, totally special. 100%. Bogo.
An object's visibility depends on the light being reflected from that object. The ALS lets you select a particular wavelength to focus only on what you want to see.
Or hide what you don't want to see.
Oh, no.
I'll try using it. Thanks, little guy.
Alright, let's go to the crime scene now, and use our super special lightning. Oh, and he has said him being a drug dealer seems pretty obvious.
Yep. It wasn't. They weren't exactly going to great lengths to hide it.
There's white powder scattered on the floor.
Powder is
Looks
scattered
like there are
on the floor.
footprints in it.
Wonder what it could be.
I can guess at what this powder is.
You know, it's
but I
gonna
should
look
send
more
it
and more like the
analysis
electricity
just in
burner.
case.
Oh, totally that obvious like that.
First case is not very difficult now.
This powder on the floor seems to trail behind the shelf.
Open the shop.
Bingo.
I
There's
just-
more of that powder inside this hole in the wall.
Oh no, a face on pool. That's fun. That's funny. I didn't even think of that, but that is true. That's a fucking face on pool. More powder inside this hole in the wall.
What an obvious place for a hiding spot. Mr. Taylor wasn't all that clever.
I know this case is gonna go home. Okay, that's now gathered with the ALS. That's some good music to go with everything.
What cracks me up, you know the music that plays when, like, you're reasoning through stuff and answering questions?
It's more pop and upbeat.
What?
Is it more poppy and upbeat, or is it like more elevator music?
You know the piano one?
No, not quite. I don't think I've heard that one.
I'm pretty sure you have. Either way, next time you hear it, it plays when you're, like, thinking your way through what's happening.
Oh, that.
So, it's a remix of New Blood's Final Boss theme.
Really?
Really?
Okay. Hole in the Wall. It's just like that Nickelodeon show. I wonder how he managed to fit through it. White powder was scattered around the scene with footprints in it. So analyze these. Okay, footprints.
Dr. Kimishima, about that white powder that was spread on the floor, there were traces of drugs found within
Of course, it's crack.
A number of different sets of footprints were identified in that powder as well.
Yeah, Doug Simmons noticed some crack.
They all belong to the firefighters.
Those who
police,
spade
and
through the port hole and took one big whiff.
You should probably analyze that. I don't know if you already did it. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong window. Oops.
Yeah, you totally are, man. They all belong to the firefighters, police, and you.
I see. That means...
They fell when the fire started, probably. Okay, that sounds right. Drugs on the floor.
Exactly. That room belonged to the deceased. If the drugs had been spread on the floor before the incident, his
Whoa.
footprints should be there as well.
But those are the footprints to be there as well.
But the only footprints in the room were from people who had entered after the fire. This would mean that the drugs would have to have been spread before or soon after the fire began.
Okay, so, hidden hole in the wall, heater repair. Now we know what the electricity was doing now. And you're still analyzing the ashes. Signs of asphyxiation. Oh. Okay, you, previously found out about him. Finish this activity. Doesn't matter what it had been saying wearing that daddy. Previous information. He depressed, but no.
It's true that
Oh, the guy clearly
this does
wasn't
have to do
depressed. He
with
was
the
getting
victim.
drugs. He was getting all the drugs. Getting all the money.
I get the
Did you
feeling that there's
sneeze
something
like
very wrong
4
with
times in
this.
back to back? Rapid success.
2 times.
Okay. Let's do double time there.
Got a cold or something.
Ow.
I'm gonna go by the health office tomorrow.
I see. Yeah, you do exactly need to get that checked on. I feel like that there was something very wrong about it. Innocent behavior. Dennis might not be dead. That ain't funny.
That's obviously the answer. The corpse that you have is a fake, James. Open your eyes.
Oh my goodness, it becomes solid evidence. Dennis the pusher. They do not need to be analyzed for other evidence.
Indeed. At first glance, it doesn't seem like these refer to the same person at all. On the one hand, drug-dealing scum enjoying his life. On the other, a man with suicidal depression. Either one of these clues is false, or there's more to this shady business that I haven't found out. In either case, the truth of the matter is that he was indeed a drug dealer.
Right, so this is alright. Drugs on the floor. Hole in the wall. Electricity activity. So they don't need to be combined with anything else. Let's see, not enough blood. They don't need to be combined with other cards, so basically I can just rule this card out.
Yep. That card is good. What are the two electrician cards? One says activity and the other is...
Healing fan.
I still have doubts. My main concern about this is...
Healing fan is for air circulation.
Obviously it's refrigeration, got it right, Jobs.
Yeah, I totally was. Yeah, he totally was like a piece of chicken, turkey meat that was in the fridge and he was starting to cook himself. You ever watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the guy in the chicken cookie suit?
No, I haven't, actually.
I'm surprised you did not watch Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Cloudy with a Chance of both D.
Sounds like one hell of a porn.
That's like... I'm like the Von Jeremy of porn right now.
Who?
Von Jeremy, he's like a porn writer and actor.
Who?
Yeah, you know, I'm not surprised you never heard of the Von Jeremy.
I have to admit, I am not up to date with my porn jars.
Of course, man. You're Mr. Peabody. You wouldn't be interested in things of the sexual nature and the like. But
Hey.
You seem more interested in an ice cream bar or an apple pie.
I mean, don't get me wrong, that's true, but hey. Still first.
The bucket fan.
Yes. Fans circulate air within a room. If the owner was having his air system fixed, the fan should have been considered part of it. Why then would the electrician fix only the heater and not the ceiling fan?
Along with the heater and air conditioning, why would he think it's broken? Let's do some doubts.
What if he match the signs of asphyxiation with not enough blood?
Oh. Signs of asphyxiation with... Probably with the drug.
No, try matching with the blood.
Oh. No, that ain't gonna work.
Oh. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, not a lot of these things make sense. But, well, no. Okay, yeah.
Try matching every card with every other card systematically.
Okay.
That's what I do when all else fails.
I thought you were super good at this shit.
So there were one or two times when I just kind of hit a brick wall and didn't know what to do.
Yeah, because now... Oh, wait a minute. What if the bruises? I thought it might have been related to the drugs. The drug. And then the nasty. You would think that the shirt had been wearing that day. My slash wrist to the hole.
Oh, try matching the drugs to the hole.
Let's go over the information we've gathered. Third.
Oh, now I want to do it. Oh, now I can. Okay. Timing, damn it! The white
It was
powder.
powdered toast. That's the answer.
Baby formula sounds even funnier. Yeah, we confirmed
Yes.
that.
The trail of drugs led directly to the hole behind the shelf. If the same powder from the floor was inside the hole, then...
Oh, wait.
About this hole. Like to throw drugs away. A place to hide his drugs.
That's right.
The one eating
But there weren't
drugs.
any
Oh,
drugs
by the way,
inside.
this music, this is what I was talking about.
Oh, this was like Trauma Center. Wait, Second Opinion's final boost music?
Not Second Opinion, New Bloods. It's like,
No, New Blood.
I'll link you to it when you're done here. It's... I don't know why they did it, but I'm okay with it.
From the firefighters, the
They have the
police,
drugs
and
have
me left in them. All of the footprints had something in common.
After the fire. Definitely after the fire.
Indeed.
That's when they
There
came.
were footprints from before the time the fire began. So from this, we can deduce that the drugs must have been scattered on the floor when...
When they were scattered after the fire. Sitting there. Goodbye, me. I couldn't pick that, but I won't. Death before the fire. It can't be sitting there for days after the fire. That would have been possible.
Yes. If I take this even further, I'd say that it would have been after Mr. Taylor stopped moving.
Okay, so basically,
In other words,
I'm gonna go ahead and go on a whim and say the electrician murdered him just so he could get his drugs.
Do you want me to tell you if you're right or not?
No, I'm 100% that I'm right on this at this point because it's pretty obvious. Drugs were placed on the floor and around the time the fire started. They were on the floor because they took them, trapped them, even they covered the hole. Then this is a smog to the zombie souls. Whoever took them, dropped them. Solid evidence.
Yes, they must have spilled out when someone removed the drugs from the hole in the wall.
Scattered by Metroid Prime. Legend says they were scattered by Metroid Prime!
It all makes sense now.
Oh my god. This whole time, the Prime Lip series was all about drugs.
Dennis Taylor was killed.
Pieces of the puzzle
and
are all
someone
falling into
hooked up with the
place.
drugs.
I know, right? This is also revealing a lot about Metroid.
I'm starting to get a clearer picture of what happened here, but there's no proof just yet. I need to move on to the next step. I should consult with the little guy about this.
Alright, so I got two pieces of solid evidence.
Dr. Kimishima, have you confirmed that it's a murder after all?
I don't know how you heard about that so quickly, little guy. Have you been eavesdropping on me?
What? No,
Forget it. I can see right through you.
oh right, I have a new tool for you. It's luminol. Do I need to explain it to you?
A chemiluminescent material based on reducing 5-nitrophthalhydrazide with sodium dithionite.
A lot of this is right over my head. 5-nitrophthalhydrazide with sodium dithionite.
It reacts to iron and
Dithionate.
hemoglobin by blood,
Dithionate.
making it useful
Whatever.
to find otherwise hidden bloodstains.
Hada! Iron and hemoglobin by glowing thingy. Not otherwise it's
Anything else?
No.
okay.
Good. I just spray this onto suspicious areas, then shine the ALS on it, right?
ALS!
I'm sure it will be useful. Thank you, little guy.
Hey, luminol spray! Let's how to use it. Hey, I had a hunch.
Don't forget to use the ALS.
Alright, we got ALS first. Whoa, what the shit? Wait, did the spray make it possible to reveal shit with the ALS?
Yeah.
There were bloodstains here, too. If these are from the deceased, we may be able to use this with something else that we know.
Let's switch back to the ALS. Oh! Oh!
There's a rope wrapped around the shaft of the ceiling fan. There's no mistake. Those are bloodstains.
Oh! Oh! I love how people always try to hide their shit. We always have these fancy technologies to figure this shit out. Don't people even figure this shit out? No, just use the things on this. Alright, I done sprayed just about everywhere. Now, hey listen.
I think those are the two big things, if memory serves. Oh yeah, check his bookcase, by the way. There's some hidden achievement involving the bookcase, but I didn't get it.
Achievement?
Yeah. Okay, never mind.
Nothing in particular. There was never any sort of but there wasn't any achievement. There's no achievements in this game.
Yeah, they're achievement tokens, whatever they call them.
Oh, Dr. Kimishima, sorry for the wait. The analysis of the burnt material has come back from the laboratory.
Hey, laboratory.
Calcium hydroxide was detected in the sample.
Okay.
Calcium hydroxide? You mean slaked lime?
Yes, small amounts of quicklime were also detected.
Quicklime.
Quicklime is a substance that releases a great deal of heat when it reacts with water.
I see. So this was...
Start the fire.
I agree, but isn't it odd? If the killer wanted to start a fire, there are far easier ways to go about it.
You're right. There must have been a reason for this. It's our job to investigate that, isn't it?
Okay, so we figured out that was burnt chemicals. Blasts. Why did the killer use that? Oh. Never mind. I thought it was probably used to get rid of the bloodstains and shit.
Yes, these two pieces can be combined into one.
Yeah.
The rope wrapped around the ceiling fan is what caused it to break. The question now is why there was a rope around it in the first place.
Oh, I got this one. This was pretty obvious. Asphyxiation, right? Or, never mind. It looks like I can't do that yet. Not yet.
The fire began near the fallen
Oh,
table.
this is a good one. Here we go. Fallen table.
Calcium hydroxide was found in the substance on the floor there. Calcium hydroxide is formed through the reaction of quicklime and water. That reaction creates something else as well.
These created splice. Why? What do?
I would go with heat.
I'm say sparks fly though? Oh, never mind. That totally would happen.
Yes. Quick
You know, I don't know my science, my bad, so whatever.
Water. This was the method used to start the fire in this room. First, you would place a glass of water on the table. You would also put quicklime around the floor and on the table near the glass. When the table falls over, the hydration heat caused by the reaction would cause a fire. But why would the killer go through such a complicated plan to start a fire?
That's just how he rolls. How smart he was. Variety.
We couldn't think of any other
That's right.
like, wrong answers. We just put a bunch of
He could have
jokes.
just said something.
Yeah. GG. GG Atlas. GG. We all if all he wanted was fine, then he could have just set something on fire.
The killer needed to have a delay until the fire began. That's why he devised a plan that made use of two components.
Not the fire.
Willpower and pyrokinesis.
I'm not picking that. It's funny, but it was probably the table and the door.
Think carefully. What cards did you combine to get this?
Oh, right, the ceiling fan. How did the ceiling fan? Oh!
This relied on the ceiling fan and a rope. The killer wrapped one end of the rope around the fan and tied the other to a table leg. When the fan activated according to its timer, the fan wound the rope up, flipping the table over and spilling the water onto the quicklime. However, there's still one basic question
That's a
left to be
crazy ass
asked.
way of doing it, but that makes sense.
Why did the killer have to set the room on fire in the first place? Why go through this extravagant setup to make it happen?
Because he's just like that guy from the 60 Case of Dual Deafness.
The reason for that is...
The reason why the killer went through such lengths to cause the fire was to destroy the body? But if that was the case, the fire had already gone out by the time the firefighters got there. So his body would be found.
Well, you have to ask yourself, did the killer intend for the fire to go out by the time the firefighters got there?
I don't know if he intended for it to go out, but the fact of the matter is it had gone out. What other way could it have gone out by the time the firefighters had gotten there?
Just wasn't a big enough fire to engulf the whole place?
Okay, so I guess it was to destroy the body. Or not.
Wait,
I think
okay, I was wrong.
I'm pretty sure it was to find the body.
Okay, you were right.
Son of a... I would strike.
Never mind, don't pay attention to me. I'm trying to do homework to do this at the same time.
I would have a... Don't make me get an actual
never
cat
intended for the
to
corpse
strangle
and the
you.
evidence to be destroyed in the fire.
It's got paws. It's got cute little furry paws. It will strangle you to death. The culprit never intended the corpse and the evidence to be destroyed in the fire.
Instead, the killer wanted to cause a commotion that would draw attention to the corpse. Now then, why would that be?
To create an alibi. Definitely.
That's
That's
right.
the only reason why he
By
wanted.
Obviously, he
Started
felt
the fire.
pity for Dennis.
Yeah, he felt pity because Dennis lost his Pokemon battle against the protagonist. Oh wait, wrong game.
The plan was to have enough time to create a viable alibi for when the fire began. It's easy. I mean, with this method of misdirection, the culprit could start a fire hours after having left the crime scene entirely.
Solid evidence.
This is the entire truth behind this mysterious arson.
Oh, I got 3 solid evidence. 3! Okay, so I still have yet to figure out who the boss is.
For having him analyze the bloodstains on the floor.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, I totally forgot that I got bloodstain in the floor. Oh no, but I cannot handle bloodstain. What's it gonna say? It's not a thing.
What if you combine the bloodstain on the floor with not enough blood?
That's
Oh!
right. There were 2 different bloodstains left in the deceased's room. Now, which of these bloodstains happened first?
Which happened first? Whoop corpse.
That's true. Unless the corpse got up and walked over by itself. It's most likely that the deceased died where the first bloodstains were found, and then was carried to the bed afterwards. That would explain why there was such a small amount of blood on the bed itself.
Okay. Remove corpse.
So, what could you combine that with now?
Oh, I thought it would be the witch's hand because you would think that maybe you somehow broke his finger after moving the corpse.
Missing. Okay. Process elimination. Only 1 left. Never mind, I was wrong. Okay, hmm. Maybe have little guy analyze the corpse? I don't know. You combine that with every other card and it didn't work. So maybe just combine those 4 cards with themselves and see what happens?
I guess. This shit makes me stop.
And science asphyxiation with the bruise is the only thing left to do. I think you got everything out of the recorder. Okay, there should be more you can do.
Maybe I should check the evidence room. Definitely something important in the body. It's definitely the shirt. Something about the shirt. What's the fact that it was unbuttoned in the first place? Another shirt. Wait. It's got the little golden indication that hey. about to switch. Oh, it's not the blood stains. I am clearly missing something from the clothing. Or am I? What are the... Well, maybe I should check the body again for signs of asphyxiation. Star-shaped blue with the broken finger. Those are fine. Huh. Body seems fine too. Clearly missing something. Could it be something that missed at the club scene?
I don't know. I want to say you have everything there. Yes. Huh.
I'm gonna play as many places as I can.
That's what he said, by the way.
Damn it. Now. Oh, I found something.
And
The damn chain! The motherfucking chain!
There's a reaction to blood on the screw that's securing the doorknob.
There is a screw securing the
The screw
doorknob.
seems rather loose as well.
How did I get that solid evidence?
Come to think of it, the door to this room was chained shut when the fire started. Could this be related to that in some way?
okay, now it should just be a matter of putting the other stuff in the computer.
Yeah, I knew I was missing something. This was some shit. Wait a minute. Bloody screw. Oh wait, analog screw.
Think harder, little guy. How was the room when the firefighters arrived at the scene? The entrance was closed, but was it completely inaccessible?
Maybe it was only locked by the chain.
Mm-hmm.
That's right. The chain on the door had been attached, but the door itself wasn't locked.
Sorry, but the door only opens about 15 centimeters with the chain attached. I don't even think a small child could get through a space that small.
You're so unimaginative. Flex your mind and think about it. Listen to me. What I'm trying to tell you is...
Look at the door with the chain shut by.
Jump kicking through it.
Yeah, because this is totally WWE. He totally wanted to make the fun scene the WWE Hell in a Cell match.
Yep.
Now we got solid evidence. Loose screw has become locked room tray.
This loose screw tells us everything. With the screw removed, the entire plate on the door can be swiveled around by the doorknob. The plate itself is about 20 centimeters long, so the gap increases to almost 35 centimeters. How big does somebody have to be that he couldn't fit through a space that size?
Oh, I see now. That's more than enough room to get past the door. So the killer just screwed the plate back on from the outside after he left the room then.
I think that's the most likely explanation.
And the only one with the tools to do that is the electrician. GG.
But the killer was in plain sight once he was outside the door. He wanted to finish quickly. The killer couldn't completely tighten the screw and left the area as we found it.
Well, that proves that this isn't quite the locked room mystery we thought it was.
Still, this doesn't help us figure out who the killer is. I need to investigate the situation in more detail.
Bloody screw.
I think I know what bloody screw goes with.
Pretty sure it's the policy.
Oh, never mind.
I thought it would. I seriously thought it would be. Oh.
Yeah. Maybe bloody screw goes with the blood?
Oh.
With the shirt?
Nope.
The broken finger?
Oh, yeah.
Maybe have him analyze that?
Dr. Kimishima, we've identified the blood on the screw. It's a DNA match with the victim, Dennis Taylor. Why would his blood be there, of all places?
It's simple. What happened was...
Sure, this is painting.
That's the murder weapon. Blood splatter. No. Maybe Dennis touched it?
No.
Oh, no.
What might our murder weapon be?
Oh, it's the damn other one.
That's right. It's probably because he touched the murder weapon.
Wait, why would the killer touch that screw with the murder weapon?
He would have to, if the weapon was...
Oh, that's right, with the knife.
Was it?
Oh. Oh, I thought it was by asphyxiation.
Well, if the murder weapon touched the screw, what could the murder weapon be? You're thinking
Well,
too up, Chubbs.
You know, if there was there was blood on that rope.
Chubbs, what do you touch a screw to?
You mean to tell me that was a fucking screwdriver that killed him?
Now I think you know
Yes,
what to
a
match that with.
screwdriver. It was likely used to both loosen and tighten that screw.
I see. Then the screwdriver left the blood on the screw while he was covering his tracks.
Then how the hell was the asphyxiation involved?
Yes. These pieces of information are hiding an important fact. I didn't notice because the bleeding had stopped completely, but this isn't a bruise. It's a stab wound. This strange pattern here is likely...
Shit was a world. Shit was a world.
Not the tip, Chubbs.
Don't say it like that. Created by the killer's need. No, Doug.
Yes, that's right. It's indisputable evidence that the weapon was jammed in so deeply that the grip left a bruise.
Jam it in. Okay, so screwdriver wound.
Yes. These do lead the way to a definite truth. Looking at the location of the bruise, the tip of the screwdriver must have pierced Dennis's lung.
Oh. Long piercing. That would definitely cause an amputation.
Taking body piercing to a new extreme.
Yep.
His lung would then rupture, causing pulmonary emphysema, and he would have suffocated. This explains the spots of hemorrhaging in the corpse's eyes.
Who caused it down?
What actually happened that day is slowly coming to light now. Yes. These two can tell us how the murder happened. On the day of the incident, the killer came to the victim's room and the murder weapon was...
Nice pick.
I can't believe an ice pick is actually a freaking choice.
The screwdriver pierced the victim's lung, causing pulmonary emphysema. This caused respiratory problems due to lung failure. Thus, the cause of death was...
asphyxiation. And hang on a minute. Hang on. Hang on. What? Not. Wait, is Vaughn home? Vaughn is at work right now. I just thought he might have been home, but I don't have any money to go out and just get something to eat, so not at the moment. Okay. Sorry about that. Now, back to this game. Let's see. What issues asphyxiation?
Yep.
The culprit, the victim died of asphyxiation, definitely, because of the fact that the lung got pierced due to a damn screwdriver. That is an extreme way of doing any body piercing.
This is most likely because...
After murdering Dennis, the killer moved the body to the bed in order to make it look like a suicide. Solid evidence. It got solid!
Indeed. The murderer then arranged
Ledger's
the
what?
corpse to let the death appear to be a suicide.
Victim's droid entity, Leon Trotsky. It all makes sense.
What the hell is Leon Trotsky? I've never even heard of Leon Trotsky before. Enlighten me. Who is the guy?
He was one of Stalin's competitors, and he ended up getting driven out of Russia and murdered with an ice pick.
Driven out of Russia and murdered with an ice pick. I'm guessing he must have gotten murdered in the abdomen and got pierced in the lung. Right?
I think it was just with an ice pick.
Yeah, but he got pierced in the lung.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. See what I'm saying here? The murderer also arranged the corpse to make the death appear to be a suicide.
That is what I believe took place, according to the evidence we have gathered.
Okay, so made it look like a suicide. No effects.
is odd. There's something missing that should be here. If the puncture wound in the abdomen is the true cause of death,
doesn't do a damage in the corpse. One thing that must be on the clothing at the same location is the not the screwdriver, the blood stains in the clothing.
right. There should be blood stains in a hole where the screwdriver went through his clothing.
Oh, let's get out of here. Now let's
Yes. These pieces of information can tell us
find the shirts. Now the one piece of evidence that is still right. I mean that's still bugging me. It's the damn broken finger, man.
Indeed.
Yep. Let's see. Pieces of information.
According to Mr. Taylor's friend, on the day of the incident, Dennis had been wearing
A red. What is it? Was a red T-shirt probably. Was it? I know it was red. I don't know if it was a T-shirt. What he said was a T-shirt. Okay, T-shirt. Got it.
That's right. He was supposedly wearing a red Portland Jacks t-shirt that day. But when his body was discovered, it was wearing
White. I mean, a white shirt. The white button-up shirt.
yes. His corpse was found wearing a white shirt. In other words, his clothing had changed. And yet, if that was all we know, we couldn't rule out if the deceased had changed his shirt himself. However, if he had, there would still be a discrepancy.
No stab wound.
Yes. The corpse had a wound that
Stab
wasn't
wound.
reflected by the
Hot
state of
dog
the clothing
box.
he was wearing.
Objection.
Sure.
Hot dog box, man. I can't believe that was a clue.
Yup.
Hot dog box.
Oh, heck, this was so great.
I just love how ridiculous the clues get in Ace Attorney.
Yup. Shall we
There's
begin
only
the
one answer to this
cross-examination of the
puzzle, and
Orca?
that is,
They were basically saying, "Oh, I thought you were gonna cross-examine the orca." Just like how you did with the parrot. Yeah, you cross-examined it anyway. There's only one. The external trauma on the body doesn't match down the clothing. The killer changed Dennis. Dennis was naked when he died.
indeed. Whoever had killed Mr. Taylor replaced the shirt he was wearing at the time.
Dennis is a big philiac.
Let's just
The reason for doing that was
Reason the killer changed Dennis' clothing after the murder was to steal his lucky shirt, make it look like a suicide, to lead a beautiful for suicide, some kind of ritual. Okay, I totally want to pick some kind of ritual to say to summon a stand.
dang.
Okay, the sneeze of the killer changed Dennis' clothing after the murder was to make it look like a suicide, of course. That's the obvious one. Camouflage.
exactly. It was probably to hide the stab wound and make us believe the cut wrist was the cause of death. The killer staged the suicide in order to mislead us. I see. These two are related. There are no vital reactions to the broken finger. That means the damage occurred after death, considering that the killer must have changed the victim's clothing after death.
The killer really hated Dennis. The killer liked Dennis in fashion. It was broken while changing. The killer had OC. Oh, that totally would have been right. Oh, it became solid evidence. Fantastic.
That's right. The killer broke the corpse's finger while changing the shirt on the body.
Dr. Kimishima, how's the investigation investigation going?
I've almost uncovered the deception, but the truth hasn't completely been revealed.
I see. So we can't arrest the culprit yet?
That's right. I need conclusive evidence that can help us identify the killer.
The most reliable giveaway would be if we could find a fingerprint at the crime scene. However, only the victim's fingerprints were found when HQ searched the room.
Oh, people wipe the
I'm not
fingerprints
surprised,
sometimes.
considering
And
the
they wear
lengths
gloves.
the killer's gone to
Electricians wear
hide his
gloves.
tracks.
That's what you do when you pull flowers.
How do we get the
Was
flowers?
probably wearing gloves while the crime was being committed.
The murderer was probably wearing gloves while the crime was being committed.
Isn't there anything the killer might have touched?
Something that would require him to take his gloves off? It's hard to think of anything.
Well, the best evidence would be on a hard, slick, inorganic substance. It doesn't matter what size it is.
All we can investigate are the crime scene, the corpse, and what the corpse was wearing. Would there be anything among those items that the killer touched with a bare hand? I'll have to investigate further. Thank you, little guy.
Okay.
Something hard and smooth on the corpse.
Well, let me go. You're liking it. Totally back to before I play.
I know what the answer is.
What's going on, are we? Okay, then, yeah, but he totally doesn't have one.
You know what the answer is, Jobs? Something hard and smooth that the killer would have had to touch. Not on the body.
Not on the body.
Not on the body.
Well, I thought I could go to the crime scene.
No, you can't go to the crime scene. You've got everything done there.
Okay, so I'll be on the clothes. Oh wait, a button? Wait, who do you think this
You touched the wrong button, Jobs. It's
The killer put this shirt on the victim's corpse after the murder took place. That would mean that the killer would have had to button the shirt up as well.
Oh. It is a
Buttoning up a shirt with gloves on is no easy task. If my predictions are correct,
alright, now just drop that over to little guy.
Yeah, I was thinking that it had to be a button. But, I noticed like she said that pointed out the button instead of as just nothing of interest. But the button.
The buttons on the victim's clothes, huh? I'll look into them right away. One moment, please.
hopefully this will help us find the identity of our mystery murderer.
Dr. Kimishima, it was there. I found it. There's a fingerprint from someone who isn't the victim. It's, a right thumb.
Great. Run the print through the list of registered offenders immediately.
Leave it to me. Such an attention to detail has gone into this. It can't possibly be a first-time offender. There has to be a match for this fingerprint in our records.
I sincerely hope so. This case should be over soon.
All it is. Conclusion reached. Case has been solved. Alright.
The dead shall speak.
Dead shall speak. Oh, let me guess. He's
Let's
gonna use
put
the
together
touch
the
on the dead
truth of
body
what happened here.
to bring it back to life like Bushy Daisies.
No.
Okay.
The victim in this case is 30-year-old
Alright,
Dennis
I thought it
Taylor.
was like Bushy Daisies for a
As
minute.
there's no motive for murder, it's a suspected suicide. However, the
That was
victim had a hidden
impressive.
other side.
He really
This
looks
car
happy.
is
I
the
swear
one
to
with
God,
proof
he
of
does.
that.
That is a victim that had been victim. Nice. Minister.
Yes, while he did work at the bar, he also dealt drugs. This case is related to the victim's drug activities.
Mm-hmm.
The proof of that is on this card.
They noticed the brother in this. Pretty sure it's the missing drugs.
Indeed, the drugs hidden behind the shelf were missing. The killer went into Taylor's room to kill him for his drugs.
Ooh.
The real cause of the victim's death can tell us that. I know that because of this card.
Oh, we play poker now? Who caused the death of the victim?
Right. The wound on the wrist was not the true cause.
Got it.
Next, the killer disguised the murder as a suicide. This card proves the misdirection used to hide the murder.
What direction? Open. Oh wait. Yep, here we go.
Yes, the appearance of suicide covered up the real
The
cause.
crooked thumb. I mean, broken finger. Broken
The next
index
topic
finger.
is the secret
He cannot
hidden
use
in
his
the room
pointer finger
itself.
anymore.
The murderer used a trick to
Yeah,
create
he
a
can't
locked
Phoenix
room
Wright
mystery.
anymore.
It was made to seem as if
Sadly.
the victim was
He
the
can't
only
say,
one.
take that!
This card shows the trick that had been used. Exactly. The killer thought this would clear his trail. And yet, the culprit had one more way to hide from suspicion. That was to hide when the murder itself took place. This card shows how he went about that ruse.
It's a clever ruseman.
The
Yeah,
murder took
clever
place 3
ruseman with
hours
the
prior
murder.
to the fire
Hey,
starting.
Moose is the murderer, isn't he?
It's natural to
yes.
assume that if the room was locked,
My
then the crime
God,
and the
that
fire
damn
would be at the same
bear.
time. The plan was perfect. No fingerprints were left in the room. However, there was one thing the killer hadn't counted on. There was one task he needed to remove his gloves to do. This card is evidence of that task.
And
He probably couldn't button the clothes with his gloves on.
yeah. It's hard to
No
button
matter how small the
button
buttons,
shit with gloves
they were
on,
still
no matter how
prints.
hard, no matter how it is.
Even a fragment
Yep.
of a fingerprint can be used
I've
to
tried to
identify
button
him.
shit with gloves on, no matter what.
The victim must have been surprised. After all, he thought the killer was a customer. This is what he said at the very end.
Stop! You! No!
Oh!
The final flickers of this soul's light show me the truth.
I can feel my ribcage being stabbed. Now, like seriously. They just totally showed the electricity.
Who's there?
I'm sorry. I must have surprised you.
Hey there!
You're that electrician. Why are you here?
Oh, I was called up because the switchboard blew. I need to have it fixed
Oh,
by
he's gonna
tomorrow.
remove the buttons. You wanna remove the buttons.
I see. That sounds difficult.
Oh, does he just move real fast? Oh, she shot him in the leg. She blew out his kneecap.
She blew his leg out.
Oh! Good job.
Freeze. Don't move. I see corpses all day. One more won't bother me.
Whoa! You see these corpses all day. I wonder if the healing touch will come into play in this game. Like, it's something plot related.
Basically, all it is for her
Naomi!
voodoo phone call things.
Okay.
Are you hurt? I'm sorry. I should have stayed.
Hey, it's
I've
Corner
solved the
Rick.
case. I'll give you my report tomorrow.
Christopher
The
Walken.
report can wait. Naomi, you must think of your safety.
Nobody lives forever. Even if I
I
died
think-
today, it'd just be
Oh,
earlier
that's
than I
Lawrence
expected.
Fishburne. One of Lawrence Fishburne. He the chief. Alright, so alright, so let's go ahead and end this stream for now.
Sounds good.
Alright. Let's see,
We get-
how would I do about how would I do about saving?
It auto-saved.
Oh, okay. Alright, anyway, yeah, let's go ahead and end the stream here for now. And go ahead and do more of this on Friday.
It's Friday.
Friday. Alright, so. Alright, everybody, thanks for watching the stream. This will be your boy Jeff signing out. Whoop! Say whoop.
Well,